what is your name, and how old are you, and what is your favorite color, and do you have a sister, and do you want to go and watch movie with me sometime? Interview kind of conversation with girls is boring, unattractive, and just beta male. So bro, if you find yourself asking those boring questions to girls, if you don't really know how to make those conversations funny and leading to the girl being attracted to you, no worries, I'll help you in this video. Let's fucking go, brother! First, it is very important to have normal conversations with girls and people in general. Is being relaxed, being self-confident, and being calm. Just calm, bro, just calm down. What I have noticed is that a lot of people, when they're nervous, they tend to speak more. They tend to talk without thinking and asking boring questions and saying awkward things. This is what happens to you when you're nervous. And you're nervous because you don't know what to talk about with the girl, or you're just nervous in the first place because you just aren't habituated to talking to hot girls. So this is why you get into that interview mode. You start asking all those meaningless, boring questions which you, bro, like when you ask a girl if she has a sister or what is her favorite color, maybe it's two for children, but when you ask those meaningless questions to a girl, you don't really want so much to hear the answer. You ask them because you're nervous and you're ashamed of that awkward silence. And you try to avoid that awkward silence at all costs. And believe me, bro, you make things only worse. What you need to do is completely being relaxed, is being confident in yourself and give yourself a time, an opportunity to think before you ask a girl some question or you say something. Probably one of the best ways you can stop getting into that interview mode when you speak to girls and to people in general is just speaking to more people. Because let's be honest, bro, your social skills are a bit of shit, and no offense, but you feel very insecure. A lot of times you speak just to normal people, and of course you're gonna feel nervous and insecure when you speak to hot girls. So, to improve your social skills, to improve your communication and actually becoming an interesting speaker, the speaker who it is worth listening to and talk with, you got to speak to more people. You got to get some practice, bro. Like, I know you don't really like this advice that you should speak to more people, but it's actually kind of obvious, and this is really what's gonna help you. Get a bit of practice. Like, bro, if today you speak to 3 random people, not necessarily girls, and you got a meaningful conversation with them, it's gonna be easier for you to cold approach a girl after that rather than if you haven't spoken to them at all. Like, get a bit of social confidence, bro. Ideally, you got to have friends which you have fun with some days a week. It would be perfect. Like, I know it's hard to make friends in the modern world because everyone is a retard, but you don't really need to have big friends right now. Just have some guys you can have fun with. Like, just to have fun. Bro, you have to be so happy when I give you this advice, because I literally give you a permission to have fun and enjoy fucking life. So, you better enjoy fucking life, bro. So, please, bro, get some practice and fucking improve your communication skills. And if you want my personal help on how to become a bad boy, a kind of guy who can get any girl he wants just by some behavior patterns and some tips I'm gonna share with you, you can just book a free one-on-one call with me clicking the link down below. Or You can DM me girls on my Instagram, the link in the description. And when your social skills are shit, you naturally are gonna get into that interview mode in order to avoid awkward silence, because all people who are nervous when it comes to speaking to other human beings, they're kinda afraid of that silence. I don't know why, but this is actually what used to happen to me a lot of times. And you just start compulsively ask those boring questions like what is your name and how old are you and where are you from, are you Latina or are you Arabian, and do you like movies, which movies do you like, and what is your favorite location in this city. You just got bored, bro. Probably you already thought about turning off this video and watching something else when I imitated asking those questions in an interview mode right now. Like you yourself got bored. Imagine what a hot girl would think about you if you ask these boring questions to her. Like she'll say fuck you, and she'll be right, because it's so fucking boring, bro. Now, how you actually stop getting into an interview mode, even if you are nervous when you talk to hot girls? There are a few things you can do literally today to stop being awkward when talking to girls, to stop getting into that interview mode, and to actually become an interesting conversator when you talk to girls. First of all, we must make you secure in yourself. You must make yourself confident and make sure you're no longer nervous when you speak to girls. And the first exercise you can do every single day to stop being nervous when talking to hot girls is just speak to more people. And especially in the days when you're about to cold approach girls, especially in the dates when you go on dates with girls. On these days, before you go on a date with a girl, you want to speak to as many people as possible, because we need to get you into a social flow, into a social mood when you are kinda feel confident in yourself and you enjoy being around people. Before you go on date with a girl, speak to as many people as possible. Speak to people in the bus, people in the grocery store, just people in the street. And literally, bro, before you go on a date with a girl, cold approach some girls before it. You'll be just so much more confident in yourself and so less nervous if you already kinda made that stretching before you actually go on a date itself. I do this exercise on every day I go on a date with a girl. I always do this stretching. Like even now, when I'm 100% confident in myself, when I'm on a date with a girl. Anyway, I go and speak to some girls before the date. Like let's say I came to the city by bus, and before I get to the location, to that bar where we're gonna have a date, when I walk on the street, I'm gonna approach some girl and say to her, "Hey, you look so cute," and she's gonna say something like "thank you," and we're gonna have a little conversation. I'm gonna ask her like, "What are you doing here? Where are you going?" And she's gonna answer, "I'm going to a nightclub." And I say, "I'm actually going on a date with a girl right now. By the way, give me your number. We can have a nice time together someday. What do you think?" It's so fucking easy, and you have to do it yourself as well. Get yourself into a social flow. Like, do that stretching, and when you do it, you're gonna just enjoy the date with the girl. You're gonna be so relaxed. Bro, I'm so relaxed I'm so calm and I have so much fun when I'm on a date with a girl, because I've done that stretching, I've done that training, like cold approaching girls before I go on a date with a girl in order to get me into a social mood. It's so powerful. And there are also two things you can do just before you cold approach a girl to make sure you're not nervous, to make sure you're confident in yourself. So first of all, before you cold approach a girl, take a deep breath. Just like this. And after you've made that deep breath, go and speak to the girl right away. It is important that just in the moment when you saw a hot girl, you take a deep breath, and just after that, you go and you speak to her. It is important that you don't let your brain think at that point. Your brain is your enemy. I always say, when it comes to girls, when it comes to cold approaching girls, when it comes to going on dates with girls, leave your brain at home. Because if you're an overthinker like me, if you find yourself always thinking so much about possible scenarios, about possible reactions of the girl and stuff, it will only make things worse. What you want is a natural, fluent conversation with the girl, and it is only possible when you haven't planned that dialogue with the girl. You just go to the girl straight away and you say whatever came to your mind. This is first because it will be less awkward than if you have planned your conversation forward. And also, you're less likely to get into an interview mode because when you don't think, when speaking to girls, when you don't think, your conversation is going to be natural. And natural conversation, it is not an interview mode. Natural conversation is just an interaction between two people where both of you enjoy the fucking conversation. Both of you are having fun during the dialogue. Both of you are interested in each other, and you ask questions which are really want to hear the answers. You ask things which you want to know about each other. That's why it's so important to leave your brain at home every time you're about to speak to girls and go on dates with girls. Again, this is the scheme. You see a pretty girl, you take a deep breath, and right away you go and speak to her in order to not allow your brain to think about possible scenarios and try to plan the dialogue forward, because it's gonna just be weird as fuck. And when you're in the conversation with the girl, let's say you're in the bar with the girl and you're sitting and you're talking to each other. Your goal is to have fun yourself. This is why you ask girls questions about things you really desire to know about her, and you tell the girl stories about yourself and things about yourself which you would like to contribute with the girl, which you would like her to know about you. Like, bro, imagine you're having a conversation with your male friend. You're not gonna be nervous when you talk to your male friend. You'll just be focused on having a funny conversation. The same thing with the girl. On the initial stages of interacting with girls, we are not talking about escalating, we're not talking about sexual stuff and kissing and getting to fucking her. We're just focused on knowing each other and having fun in the conversation. The same thing you do when you meet new male friends. You just want to have fun and being present, and enjoying the interaction. To sum up this video, the problem is not that you're bad at talking to girls and this is why you get into that awkward interview mode. The problem is that you just have little practice in speaking to people in general. When you will feel completely confident in yourself when you speak to different people and when you actually have been to hundreds of conversations with different people. It's gonna be so natural for you to actually have conversations also with girls. It's not about conversations with girls. Interview mode is about you having very bad communication skills. And the best way to improve your communication skills is by speaking to more people. Speak to more people every single day. This is how you stop getting into an interview mode when you speak to hot girls. And this is how the girls will be attracted to you when you can have a nice conversation with them and you're gonna fuck more. At this point, thank you so much for watching this video, bro. Subscribe to the channel, give me a like, give me a comment, and see you in the next video, bro. Stay bad.